Another son of Anamitra was Rishni, and we hear about Rishni dynasty. Another Anamitra, a great saintly king from this dynasty, was Rishni, and it is also the same Rishni. It's the beginning of the dynasty, and there was after one Devaka who had sons and daughters, and Vasudev, the father of Krishna, married the 7 daughters of King Devaka. So Vasudev had 7 wives, and Ugrasena, he was same dynasty, he has 9 sons named. The first one was Kamsa, Sunama, Nyagroda, and so on, and 5 daughters. Oh, he had also another daughter, this Ugrasena, named also Kamsa. So there is Kamsa and Kamsa. Yeah. Okay. Yes. You see, in this list of dynasty, one Vidurata, son of Chitrarata, the son named Shura, he had 10 other sons, and Vasudev was the chief son of Shura. Shura Sen, Shura dynasty. And Shura gave one of his 5 daughters, Prita, to his friend Kunti, a man. Vasudev gave Prita to Kunti, and therefore she was also named Kunti. So Kunti was married to Kunti. Okay. And in her maiden state, she gave birth to a child named Karna, and later she married Maharaj Pandu. Yeah. And after he explained, we will see during the thing, where from Shishupal came, the daughter of Shura, and also where is coming Taksha. And finally, Vasudev had many wives, of whom Devaki and Rohini were the most important. From the womb of Rohini, Baladev was born. That's what we're going to read in this last chapter preceding Krishna's appearance. Krishna. Fantastic. We are so fortunate. Krishna accepted or we wanted to appear for our benefit. And many devotees were calling out, "Hey, God, hey, Creator, hey, Father, where are you? Who are you? Why don't you show you? Montre-moi ton visage." That was the title of a French record, Prahlad, French devotee, very nice words. Show me your face. It's like in Ishopanishad. Please, my Lord, take away this light, blinding light, spiritual light, so I can see your face and serve you with offering loving prayers. So this is what Krishna did 5,000 years ago. Finally, here I am. I am God. I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Matak Paratalamna Nyat Kinchidastilam. Everything comes from me. Everything is like pearl string on a string, which I am. And more than that, Krishna gave us himself, knowledge of himself, our ultimate link with reality. But he gave us also the process to link with him. If we know God, God exists, okay? We know Krishna is God, but we don't have bhakti, then it remains just a word, or an idea, concept, or a story. But he gave us also bhakti, bhakti ama abhijanati yavanya shasmita. And you can know me, but only through love. love, through devotion, through bhakti, through service. Service means love. It's not a service. It's just an exchange. But if there is no self-interest, acting for the pleasure of the person, then it is service. And whom can we really serve without any motivation? The source of all living entities, source of all energies. Otherwise, service will be incomplete and motivating. But if we know that Krishna is a supreme personality of Godhead, and then we can relate with him as we are meant for, as pure servants, eternal servants, through devotional service, chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, then we are the supreme blessings. Supreme blessings. That's what we receive from Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chant Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, chant the holy name, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, and worship Krishna. Radyo Bhagavan Brajeshtanaya Taddanam Vinyavanam. Krishna is the son of Nanda Maharaj, not just a name, but a person, with a form, with qualities, with pastimes in Vrindavan. And Vrindavan is non-different. You worship Krishna, you worship Vrindavan. You worship Vrindavan, you worship Krishna. Anyway, that's a presentation. So, Vasudeva had many wives, of whom Devaki and Rohini were the most important. From the womb of Rohini, Baladev was born, along with Gada, Shalana, Durmada, Vipula, Dhruva, Krita, and others. So Baladev had many brothers. I wonder how they were. Spiritually strong also. Yes. Today Balaram where is mace on the altar. We're always a little cautious when Balaram on the altar has his mace. He's a mood of, like this demon, hein? Before? Balbala peut-être. Balbala, yeah. He was bothering the sages, pouring, nasty substance, everything. So how he caught him, he has a plow and a mace. So he was flying, the demon. So, bing! Caught him with a mace, with a plow, and boom! Smash it with a mace. Bing! Finished. Yes, Krishna, Balaram, they have always a very playful way to act, not just the divine supreme with ordering energy to perform things. No, they engage themselves personally in a playful way to attract the devotees who are being blessed by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to follow him in this mood. So the brothers of Baladev, Vasudeva had many other sons by other wives, and the eighth son to appear from the womb of Devaki was the supreme personality of Godhead, who delivered the entire world from the burden of demons. This is how Krishna is presented. Huh? He delivered the whole world from the burdens of demons. Shukadev Goswami remained sober about the Vrindavan pastimes with Nanda Maharaj, Mother Yashoda, Sudama, Sridham, Stoka Krishna, and with Srimati Radharani, Gopi. But, he delivers the entire world from the burden of demons. Well, if you have a nice feast, but it's cold and the heater doesn't work, and you have some 20 children wildly running everywhere, and the rice is not completely good, and the whole feast is nice, but you cannot. So if you have Krishna playing with the cardboard, cows, monkeys. But if you have demons constantly around, it's not completely. Well, these demons from Vrindavan, please, taking shape of animals, that's a little funny in a way. But others, like Shishupal, this stupid Shishupal who comes back and again. Jarasandha. Shishupal insulting again and again, 100 times, You have to wait, he don't stop, and Krishna, okay, wait. And the other one attacking Mathura. What's the name of the Jarasandha attacking Mathura 20 times. But otherwise, Bakasura, that, and Arishtasura like a mop, bing, bam, bing, bam. That's something. Krishna, what a God we are worshipping. Very nice. Okay, text 1. You repeat. Shri Shuka Vacha, Shri Shuka Vacha, Tasyam Vidarbo Janayat,
Tasyam Vidarbo Janayat,
Tasyam Vidarbo Janayat,
Tasyam Vidarbo Janayat,
Putro Namna Kushakrato,
Putro Namna Kushakrato,
Putro Namna Kushakrato,
Putro Namna Kushakrato,
Tritiyam Romapadam Cha,
Tritiyam Romapadam Cha,
Tritiyam Romapadam Cha,
Tritiyam Romapadam Cha,
Vidalva Kulanandanam,
Vidalva Kulanandanam,
Vidalva Kulanandanam,
Vidalva Kulanandanam,
Shri Shuka Vacha,
Shri Shuka Vacha,
Tasyam Vidalvo Janayat,
Tasyam Vidarbo Janayat,
Putro Namna Kushakrato,
Putro Namna Kushakrato,
Tritiyam Romapadam Cha,
Tritiyam Romapadam Cha,
Vidalva Kulanandanam,
Vidalva Kulanandanam.
In, you are out of work. No need to write a verse now. It's so nice, huh? And it's better to concentrate to hear, huh? Instead of waiting your turn to speak and like that, huh? Good. Okay, translation. Shri Shuka Vacha,
Shri Shuka Vacha,
Shri Shukadev Goswami said,
Shri Shukadev Goswami said,
Tasyam,
Tasyam,
in that girl,
in that girl,
Vidarbha,
Vidarbha,
the son born of Shebya, named Vidarbha.
the son born of Shivya, Vidarbha,
Ajanayat,
Ajanayat,
gave birth,
gave birth,
Putro,
Putro,
to two sons,
to two sons,
Namna,
Namna,
by the name,
by the name,
Kushakrato,
Kushakrato,
Kusha and Krata.
Kusha and Krata.
Oh, that's where come, that's where comes the name of Kushakrata. So it's two personalities. Kushakrata is, he passed away, he's a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. He came as a very strange person, like he was wild and in a corner sitting or and the devotees were wondering, but he reappeared. That was a story given by Giriraj Maharaj. He knew him when he joined, he was like, and this one, he's going to come and go like that. But he found him a few years later, and in New Vrindavan, and he said, I know this face, who is this? And so, oh, you don't know him? This is Kushakrata, Prabhu. Kushakrata. Everybody knew about Kushakrata, because he became a great Sanskrit scholar, and he translated many Vaishnava scriptures and wrote poems in Sanskrit, glorification of Srila Prabhupada in poetic Sanskrit. He was very special, another special devotee, disciple of the Prabhupada attracted, or Krishna sent to Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Okay, Kushakrata. Titiyam, and a third son. Romapadam cha. Romapad. Oh, Romapad. Anyway, Vidarbha Kulanandanam. The favorite in the dynasty of Vidarbha. Okay, we start. Verse number 1. Shukadeva Goswami said, by the womb of the girl brought by his father, Vidarbha begot 3 sons, named Kusha, Krata, and Romapad. Romapad was the favorite in the dynasty of Vidarbha. Verse 2. The son of Romapad was Babru. Oh, Babru, that's another name of a Prabhupada disciple. From whom there came a son named Kriti. The son of Kriti was Ushika. Son of Ushika was Chedi. From Chedi was born the king known as Chedia and others. Son of Krat, please listen to these personalities. Each one, if you knew 1,000 of their story, of their purity and service, wow, you will remember eternally this person. But here we just got the name. But the name itself is same, it's transcendental, non-different from the name, from the person, from the activities of those personalities, contains them in spiritual level. And if we hear them as any other story or as any word from Bhagavatam, we got the whole connection, purification from these personalities. So it is nice to understand a little what's going on. The son of Krata was Kunti, son of Kunti Vrishni, son of Vrishni Niyavriti, son of Niyavriti Dashara. From Dashara came Vyoma, Vyoma Jimuta, Jimuta Vikriti, from Vikriti Bimarat, from Bimarat Navarat, and from Navarat Dasharat. From Dasha, I got it easy today. I was not prepared for the class. But from Dasharat came a son named Shakuni, and Shakuni a son named Kalambi. Son of Kalambi was Devarat, and his son Devakshatra. Devakshatra Madhu, then Kuru Vasha, and from him Anu. I just read the names, they are all fathers and sons. Anu, Puruhotra, Ayu, Satvata, who had 7 sons, Bajaman, Baji, Divya, Vrishni, Devavrida, Andaka, and Mahabhoja. From Bajaman, by one wife, came 3 sons, Nimlochi, Kinkana, and Drishti. And from his other wife came 3 other sons, Shatajit, Sahasrajit, and Ayutajit. The son of Devavrida was Babru. Concerning Devavrida and Babru, there are 2 famous songs of prayer, which were sung by our predecessors and which we have heard from a distance. Even though, that's Shukadeva Goswami, even though I hear the same prayers about their qualities, because that which was heard before is still sung continuously. It has been decided that among human beings, Babru is the best, and that Devavrida is equal to the demigods. Because of the association of Babru and Devavrida, all of their descendants, numbering 14,065, achieved liberation. Because of the association of Babru and Devavrida, best in human being and equal to demigods, all of their descendants, 14,065, achieved liberation. We hear many times from the Shastra stories, devotional stories, that the family of pure devotee gets the benefit of being liberated. What it means being liberated? Well, it can mean being liberated from the cycle of birth and death, being liberated from the influence of the three modes of material nature, being liberated from lust, anger, greed, karma. So the family or the relatives, people related to someone who is dear to Lord Krishna, who is close to Lord Krishna, they are benefited. That's immediate. The example, just like when you marry somebody, when a young man marries a girl, let's say, the other way around, the same, all of a sudden, his personal family increase. My wife, no, I mean not, but you know, if the wife has 10 brothers and sisters, we are married and children, and all of a sudden, the young husband, his family becomes, boom, and quickly, naturally, because they are related to his wife, or for the girls, related to husband, he feels something for them. If one of them has a problem, he will feel and he will help. All of a sudden, so same, when we become somehow other connected through devotional service to Krishna, like Guru Parampara, the Hare Krishna movement, then immediately, Lord Krishna, he has some connection with the family, with us. We are very neophytes. Sometimes we think about Krishna. Most of the time we think about other things. But we have dedicated our life to devotional service through Guru Parampara, through Srila Prabhupada. And that is a great thing for Krishna. It's a giant step. He's coming back to the family. So we may be very neophytes, we may be coming for a few days, but Krishna will make us a big advancement. And we hear our family, they may or may not be favorable, but the father, mother, relative of the devotees, often we read some far-out stories, how Krishna made it visible that he has a connection with them and gave them blessings. Sometimes at the very end of life, like this. My mother, she became vegetarian at 95 years old. And she was listening every day. I was calling her every day for 1 hour. She was listening every day to Krishna consciousness. And yes, please, more, honey. And my father, he was hardcore, not atheist, but what's it called? Agnostic. Yes. But I want to surrender. I will surrender, but he has to come to me. Otherwise, no way, I cannot know. But he'd like to come here, and grab him at the end here. Don't worry, we will not go to the temple. Just come and I will give you a pizza in Little India. Okay, right. So he came. Anyway, when he was dying, I went to see him, and I just I don't want to bother you with my Krishna, but you don't mind if I just chant on my beads here, softly? Oh yes, please, go, chant. And he just left. So there's some blessings, and many other stories like that. So, yes, it is a fact. It's not just wishful thinking. It's a fact that because we are sincerely and seriously related to Srila Prabhupada and his devotional service, his compassionate mission, Krishna is considering our little surrender and service, and he's giving blessings to our parents and families. Very nice. In the dynasty of Maharaj, of King Mahabhoja, who was exceedingly religious, there appeared the Bhoja kings. Getting closer. O king, Maharaj Parikshit, who can suppress your enemies. The son of Vrishni were Sumitra and Yudhajit. From Yudhajit, Shini and Anamitra. From Anamitra, Nigna. The two sons of Nigda, Satrajit and Prasena. We're coming close to Krishna, Satrajit, Prasena. Another son of Anamitra was Shini, and from him Satyaka. From Satyaka, Yuyudhan, Jaya, Kuni, Yugandhar, Anamitra, Vrishni. From Vrishni, Shvapalka and Chitrarata. From Shvapalka, by Gandhini, Akrura. Akrura. Akrura the eldest, but there were 12 other sons. All of them were most celebrated. They were Asanga, Salameya, Mridura, Mriduvit, Giri, Dalma Vrida, Sukarma, Kshetropeksha, Arimaldan, Shatrugna, Gandamad, Pratibahu, and they are the sisters Suchar. And Akrura had two sons, Devavan and Upadev. Chitrarat, many sons, headed by Prithu and Vidurata, all of whom were known as belonging to the dynasty of Vrishni. Do you have any indication that your name is related to the King Prithu or the son of Chitrarata? No, it's King Prithu.
No, Prabhupada wrote in my letter, initiation letter, that King Prithu was great ruler in this world and he also should follow like that.
Okay.
Very clear.
Yeah, so there's different Prithu. But Prabhu here, Prabhupada gave him the name of King Prithu, who is glorified in the chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam. Great king, knew how to level the earth, so that earth flourished. Bhumi was very happy to produce everything because there was a very nice ruler. Okay. Kukura, Bajaman, Shuchi, Kambala Barisha, were sons of Andaka. From Kukura, Vani and Niluma, then Kapotaroma, and then Anu, whose friend was Tumburu. From Anu, Andaka, then Dundubi. Dundubi. You know why I say Dundubi? No? Come on.
This is the name of...
Anaka Dundubi.
Is the name of...
Vasudev.
Vasudev.
Yeah. I don't know what it means. Anaka Dundubi, that's Vasudev. So, father of Krishna. Okay. Kapotalama, Anu, Tamburu, Anaka, Dundubi. From Dundubi, Avidyota, and then Punarvasu. We're coming to the verse. You see? Oh, there is no purport at all. Oh yes, one purport. Verse 34. Okay, try to come. Okay. Punarvasu, son and daughter, Auka and Auki. Auka, two sons, Devaka and Ugrasena. Devaka, four sons, Devavan, Upadev, Sudeva and Devavardhan. And seven daughters, Shantidev, Upadev, Shridev, Devavarakshita, Sahadev, Devaki, and Jitadev. Jitadev was the eldest. Vasudev, the father of Krishna, married all these sisters, the seven daughters of Devaka. Yes. No. It's enough Pharaoh stories in Bhagavatam. No, Vasudeva married the 7 daughters of the king Devaka. First one was Devaki. And sons of Ugrasena, Kamsa, Sunama, Nyagroda, Kanka, Shanku, Suhu, Rashtrapal, Drishti, and Tushtiman. They were all great kings apart from Kamsa. How Kamsa got born in this family, that's a special story. Mistake, cheating. Kamsa, Kamsavati, Kanka, Sholabu, Rashtrapalika, daughters of Ugrasena. And they're all married, Vasudeva, younger brothers. The son of Chitrarata was Vidurata, then Shura, then Bajaman, then Shini, then Boja, and then Ridika. The 3 sons of Ridika were Devamida, Shatadanu, and Kritavarma. Son of Devamida was Shura, whose wife was named Marisha. Through Marisha, King Shura begot Vasudeva, Devabhaga, Devashrava, Anaka, Srinjaya, Shyamak, Kanka, Shamika, Vatsaka, and Vrika. These 10 sons were spotlessly pious personalities, spotlessly. When Vasudeva was born, the demigods from the heavenly kingdom sounded kettle drums. When he was born. Oh, yes. That's interesting. Huh? You remember?
C'est pour ça qu'il a ce nom. Parce qu'à sa naissance, les Eva...
Anaka Dundubi?
Oui.
That's why his name. Dundubi. Anaka Dundubi. And interesting for another reason. When he was born, the demigods sounded kettle drums, so everybody could hear. Wow, very auspicious. When Vasudeva was about to marry Devaki, he was on the chariot, driving the chariot. Kamsa was driving, and he was there with Devaki. Then the voice, Kamsa, quel saut tu fais, what a fool you are. You are driving your sister, whose sons will kill you. Everybody in the sky went, Kamsa, he grabbed her by the hair, took away the sword. Can you imagine the scene, all of a sudden, a big ceremony, ready to... And Vasudeva, such a great personality, immediately he felt completely, but immediately, very quickly, he controlled himself. How to save Devaki. And he preached to Kamsa. And Kamsa heard, but he did not respond to preaching. Anyway, death is there for everybody. Don't be cool. You will die in time like everybody. And then he thought, I have to find another way. And he said, it's just your daughter, and your fame will be bad if you kill her.
Sister.
No. Huh?
Sister. Sister.
She's just...
J'ai dit daughter, mais c'est sister.
Your sister, sorry. Yeah, if she's your sister, you kill your sister, and marriage, your fame, maybe, no, don't care, don't kill me, really. Then he found another way. He was so self-controlled in such a terrible, situation. My bride, like that. He was so self-controlled, and he found the solution. He said, anyway, it's not her, it's her son. So I will give you all the sons, and you will kill them, no problem. Don't worry. And Kamsa, he had trust in Vasudeva. He knew he was a spotlessly pious personality. Never lie. Never lie. If you want people to trust you, that's one quality which is attractive. You always keep your word. So Kamsa responded to that, and But how Vasudeva was able to be so self-controlled? It is explained in the Bhagavata. Why? Because he knew that at his birth, the demigods sounded the kettle drums. Therefore, his life was meant to be auspicious. And he was knowing that I give this promise terrible that I will give my sons to Kamsa to be killed, but some other that will save Devaki first, and some other it will be auspicious, because my birth was auspicious on account of demigods confirming that. Interesting. That's, otherwise, how can you remain self-controlled? Okay, we are arriving to the purport soon. The 5 daughters of King Shura were named Prita, Shutadev, Shutakirti, Shutashwava, and Rajadi Devi. They were sisters of Vasudev. Shura gave Prita, his daughter, to his friend Kunti, the king Kunti, who had no issue, and therefore another name of Prita was Kunti, the wife of Kunti. Once, when Durvasa was a guest at the house of Prita's father, Kunti, satisfied Durvasa by rendering service. Yeah, rendering service is such a powerful way to attract somebody blessings and heart. And when you have the heart of somebody, you cannot win it. So by service, just like Krishna, if you serve him, if you know him, if you meditate on him, if you try to understand him, it's a very elevated way now. But that won't mean that he will be attractive. But if you serve him, with love and devotion, then he's attractive, then Krishna is yours, his blessings. Example, if you want to attract, if you want to have the blessings, not the blessings, the favor of president, you can, send him a check, you can send him a poem, you can, try to go through the whole, procedure to reach him. Maybe, but if you hide, just like, if you hide in and when he goes out incognito with his dog, and you give a little sugar to his dog, oh, little dog, so nice, and he, oh, you like my dog, and where are you? And you come and see me next day. I have the same one. Oh, bring it and come and see me in my Élysée Palace. Just like a few days ago, Macron, he went away, sneaked out of Élysée with his wife. So a little walk, peaceful, like that. Probably he had 10 guards incognito around him, but he went away. And he was in the evening, and there were some boys there, having a little fun, and they were singing, singing a song from Pays Basque. Oh, Pays Basque, south of France, Biarritz and Bayonne. Krishna Sharana, she's from Bayonne. So these people there, they have a way to sing beautiful with strong male voice, canto, canto spas. They sing in churches, and it's beautiful, all of them, very. And so these boys, they sang such a song, and Macron he knew this song. So he joins them, president with, boys in the streets. He just joined them, and sang with them, they were all having fun. Anyway, that's what we'll see. So, if you become dear to Krishna, you get a favor. And, okay, I don't know why. Prita Kunti satisfied Durvasa by rendering service. Therefore, she received the mystic power by which she could call any demigod. And to examine the potency of this mystic power, the pious Kunti immediately called for the sun god. She was a young girl 10 or 12 years old, something like that, just, puberty like that. And, you can call anybody. She did not call for, please God. Just sun God, employees. But, as soon as Kunti called for the demigod of the sun, he immediately appeared before her, and she was very much surprised. She told the sun god, I was simply examining the effectiveness of this mystic power. I am sorry I've called you unnecessarily. Please return. And excuse me. But the sun god said, verse 34, Oh, beautiful Brita, your meeting with the demigods cannot be fruitless. Therefore, let me place my seed in your womb, so that you may bear a son. I shall arrange to keep your virginity intact, since you are still an unmarried girl. Yes. Purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. According to Vedic civilization, if a girl gives birth to a child before she is married, no one will marry her after that. Therefore, although the sun god, after appearing before Prita, wanted to give her a child, Prita hesitated because she was still unmarried. But to keep her virginity undisturbed, the sun god arranged to give her a child that came from her hair. And therefore, the child was known as Karna, here. The custom is that a girl should be married Akshatayoni. This is with her virginity undisturbed. A girl should never bear a child before her marriage. Okay. Omagyan Timinam Vasya, Ganangala Shalakiya, Chakshuduni Kamina Tasmai, Shri Gurave Namaha. Chaitanya Manovishtam Stapitami Nagutale, Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantika. Hare Krishna. So what we're going to speak about, we have 1 minute. I have a choice. Either I'm supposed to speak about Vedic civilization, which, a girl should never bear a child before marriage, or I can speak about how the sun god arranged to give her a child that came from her hair. It was like that, no problem.
Let's start the class now. Right?
We stop the class now?
No, I said let's start the class.
Let's start the class now. Yes.
Introduction is over.
That was introduction.
Mise en bouche.
Mise en bouche. Okay, so he wants me to speak as a French devotee. Mise en bouche, yeah. Well, if okay, unmarried girl, she should not have a child before the official marriage. Just like, somebody asked me, a couple asked me one day, oh, Prabhu, we would like to have a child. They were married. We would like to have a child. Can you give us the Garbhadan Samskar, the way to perform a ceremony for the unauspicious child? We do that. So Prabhupada gave her, let's say, basic standard chant. When you want to conceive, a couple chant 50 rounds of Hare Krishna, like that. And it's at least something done. But I told them, well, the best, above that or apart from that, your Garbhadan Sanskar for this child, you make the vow now of never separating. That's a basic minimum vow to before conceiving a child. Be responsible that the child will have parents together as an example of duty and love. And that will be good for his mind. He has this example. Of course, this is what has to be said. Of course, we have to take circumstances, and we know that today, unfortunately, for many bad or good reasons, the couples may separate even after having some child. And this, if it is good reasons, still it will not be so good for the children. But this is Kali Yuga, and we cannot condemn like that. So it was Vedic civilization, and today the power of the sincerity and seriousness of an aspiring devotee will attract the mercy of Krishna, even if there is a mistake. But one should be serious and sincere as much as possible. You cannot cheat Krishna. And having a child is not a small thing. You bring, like us, each of us, we were brought by parents, and the atmosphere of our family, good or bad, had, you all know for yourself, had influence on your life. So if we marry, it's already a vow, but mainly that's a vow for together, and it's nice. But if you want to have a child, you don't know yet the child you will have. You don't have any connection, you don't have some feelings so much. So the real vow then is not to, I will love you forever. No, we will remain together to bring a nice atmosphere for you, a nice education. Very important to consider. So that's one aspect of the verse. And the other one is, therefore, of course, Vivashvan is not, demigods. They can, Krishna can conceive Anganiya Syasakalendriya Vriti Manti Pashyanti Banti Kalayanti Shilayanti. This song we hear in the morning, reading deities, Govinda Adipurusha Tamaha Vajani. No, comme ça d'abord first. Festival every day. Krishna appears. Anyway, Hare Krishna. So, Ayangani. Yeah, Krishna can perform with his transcendental body anything from any part. It's all transcendental. He can hear through his, hands or whatever. But for the pleasure, he has a transcendental form with ears. And when we speak, we don't speak to his hand, we speak to his ears. And he likes to hear, just for the transcendental pleasure of exchanging love with his devotees. But he can do whatever he likes, and he can empower his devotees to do also whatever they like Vivashvan, a serious devotee from the material world. So he could, give birth to Kunti, to the son, Karna, so here. Wow, strange. Why strange? We are accustomed to a certain process to give birth. Sex intercourse, and then in the womb, and then in the womb, and then like that. Well, that's, why is it like that? Well, it's planned like that by God, like everything. Why the trees and the leaves are green? Well, because it's chlorophyll and this and that. Why? Why gravitation? Well, because it is attraction and that. But why is it like that? Ultimately, it is made by the Creator, and then there is laws, of course, physical, biological laws and anything like that. But ultimately, it's just because the Creator designed it like that. So if he wants, he can, no problem, empower somebody to have a child coming out from the ear, from the nose, Baladev, from Brahma, from the navel, Brahma, from the lotus flower growing from his navel, not his wife, his navel, lotus flower and Brahma. Now Krishna is
Shiva came from the brow.
Shiva came from the ear, You know, he just thrown his rod and boom, you know, Shiva. So it's wonderful to understand that actually transcendence with no limit, beyond time, space, rules, transcendence can of course manifest itself, Krishna, even in this material world, and change all the laws, the rules, and everything. It's no problem. Of course, if you are agnostic and you want to understand God through your frog-like brain, limited brain, then God can be only what you are able to think, which is very small. In time, billions of years ago, maybe it was different. Why not? Billions of miles or kilometers away, in some other universe or even planets, the laws of physics and cosmology may be different, which scientists agree with that. Time is not the same on planet Earth than on other planets. They know that, relativity. So it is very blissful for the devotees. We don't fraud our thing when we hear things which are beyond our understanding or even imagination, because it comes from Shukadev Goswami and Vyasadeva, and from Vyasadeva Parampara, and it's wonderful. You just have to go beyond and tell your mind and brain and whatever, shut down, keep cool, keep quiet, don't disturb my spiritual devotional service to the Parampara, to the Srimad Bhagavatam. And here, we submit with voluntary, ecstatic submission. This is what is awaiting us if we follow seriously and sincerely the process of Krishna consciousness, chanting the Maha Mantra Hare Krishna. More and more, we will be less and less disturbed by our brain and mind and senses. It's not mystical, it's devotional. By Krishna's mercy. Less and less disturbed, just by chanting Hare Krishna and worshipping Tulasi and honoring Prasad, serving the devotees. And more, we will be enchanted, charmed by the beauty of the name of those great devotee kings. And then, canto after canto from Srimad Bhagavatam, when we read the Krishna book, Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikriti Radhi Shakirasmai, the loving pastimes, exchange of loving feelings between Radha and Krishna, they are manifestation of Radhini Shakti, manifestation of transcendental bliss and love. They are not material. And then we can more and more appreciate where we have fallen in this Krishna consciousness movement, Srimad Bhagavatam, the Hare Krishna mantra, the devotees. We are in the wonder world of Hare Krishna movement. And it's very, very deep and very powerful, very merciful, very merciful. It's very deep for individual devotees. But by the mercy of the Acharyas and Prabhupada, they have gathered us to put us together for others. This is ISKCON. ISKCON is not an institution. ISKCON is a compassionate mission who needs institutional rules to be efficient. But it's not a dry, static institution with rules. The motor is compassion for others. And therefore, we have to be together, to be efficient, to make the world better for those who will accept this mercy of Prabhupada books, Krishna's Harinam name, Krishna Prasad, invitation to New Mayapur and take part in devotional life with other devotees, bhajan, soon, and prasad, breakfast, and devotional service, asking questions to devotees who answer, who give them the gift of Bhagavad Gita. This is all the same continuity. Everybody is here working by compassion for others, and this is Prabhupada ISKCON. Yes. It's very, very difficult to be compassionate. I was a doctor, and I felt, of course, regularly, sometimes, some compassion for some people suffering, many types like that. But honestly, I can say it's difficult to feel real, constantly compassionate. And you see the TV, poor children starving, and then after, okay, oh, nice pizza. So it's humiliating to feel like that. But even as devotees, to be compassionate to others, okay, we understand and actually sometimes we follow spiritual master Prabhupada, but it's not so easy. But if you feel you are part of a group with by itself this ISKCON movement, Vaishnavism, with by itself a movement of compassion, then you feel very enthusiastic to do your part, be part of it, and you are related with true compassion. Oh, I am not so much, but I am serving these devotees. I am serving Prabhupada's mission. I am serving the Acharya's desire. And well, that's the most beautiful thing, maybe compassion. That's what I heard at least. The desire to participate. Jai. Okay, so this was verse. Next verse will be 35, and very soon we reach to the Krishna book. Okay, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.
Gopaswami Prabhu ki